You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Paradox of Sports, episode 28. It's November. It's cold. Jack, how have you been down south?
I've been doing fine.
Okay. So I got to ask you a uncle-y question. I got a text last night that our original taping time was going to have to wait until today because you were in a little trouble for some stuff at school. So what's going on there, buddy?
Just this one thing I forgot to turn in.
Okay. So we're not having a lot of trouble or anything like that. You let one thing slip your mind.
Yeah,
And you're not going to let it happen again.
I promise.
Okay. You promise. Okay, that's good. Now, I know you probably get a little upset sometimes, but it's you mom and dad are going to ride you a little bit. So they're expecting big things. You understand that, I'm sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What sports were you able to sit down and watch this weekend?
Mainly all of the NFL football games, and that's it.
You didn't have anything this weekend, right?
I had a party from my Aunt Patty and Grandpa
Yep,
Rex.
I saw that for the birthday parties, but sports-wise, you didn't play baseball, football, nothing.
No, I didn't have any sports.
So how long had it been now? You'd been on probably 3 months in a row? You'd had pretty busy run of stuff on your weekends, hadn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it nice to have a weekend off and not have to be at a ballpark?
Oh, yeah.
So what was the birthday party like?
Oh, we just had a bunch of people that we knew over and that they knew over at we rented a house in the Springs.
Oh, nice.
Or they did.
So you just went up and partied then at a house
Yeah.
that's fun. We've done that. We did it back in June in Arizona. So yeah, it's cool to just rent a house and go party.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they even had like their own Pac-Man setup thing, like where you could play Pac-Man.
Like the stand-up video, like at the arcade game?
Yeah.
Did it have like the high score stuff on it? Like, did it have a history of the high scores on it?
No, it just had one high score up there, and it was like 45,000.
And I don't know on that game. So what do you play? Is that a high score?
That is, I think, a huge score.
Gotcha. So did you guys play it?
Yeah. I got more than like 4,000.
Oh, wow. So somebody at some point ran it up because they knew what they were doing.
Somebody was good.
Nice. And so you did this on Saturday?
Yeah.
Did you get to watch any of the Clemson Notre Dame game?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get to catch any of it. I saw, the Irish fans they're pretty high and mighty right now, but they beat Clemson without Lawrence. So that, I think that'll be different second time around if they meet,
well,
in
they're
the playoff.
They're no longer the number one seed. Alabama is taking that over.
And I think Alabama would beat Notre Dame by 40 right now. But that makes all the Irish people mad when you say that. So Sunday, Broncos wise, NFL wise, what did you think? First, let's talk about the Broncos. What do you think's going on there?
Just situation in the secondary. Really, it's what's been hurting the team.
Is it something that we can fix, or are we going to have to draft our way out of it, or what do we do?
I think when's the trade deadline?
Oh, dude, I don't even know. Like I want to say it already coming past, or is it this week? Let me look. NFL trade deadline. Let's do some looking.
It said something like 7 days ago. So I think there's I think it's already
Yeah,
happened.
it was November 3rd, so we already missed it. So we didn't do squat.
Okay. So now I just need to look at NFL free agents for cornerbacks and then see who they should pick up. And if there isn't anybody good,
Yeah, mate.
So I'm looking at the current top 50 available free agents.
Lou, I bet there's some old dudes on there.
I'm trying to figure out who is not on a team currently.
I'm gonna guess nobody worth a darn. I bet there's some old guys, but if you're salty, someone will have you on their roster. Champ Bailey's still out there. Might have to bring him back.
He is? Oh. Okay, let me pull up no team. I'm trying all positions. Let's go to cornerback. Or secondary. Let's just go there. 26. Wait, no. I don't know why I just pulled that up. 2020. All teams. Let's go. Come on, load. Please. It's not loading.
So if it's Fangio, though, that's supposed to be the defensive guy, it's a little frustrating, for Broncos fans to see us giving up all those points. Have you changed your opinion on Drew Lock? Like, where do you think we stand with Lock?
I've kind of changed an opinion.
What are you leaning to now? Maybe he might not be the guy.
Yeah, maybe we'll need to draft a quarterback. Or we need to draft a quarterback in the Broncos.
Yeah. It's just hard. I think that's, if anything, it proves it's hard to get your guy. It sucks to see like Tua doing so well. And what's the kid's name for the Chargers?
Kid's name for the Chargers? The quarterback?
Yeah,
Justin
that's their
Herbert?
Yeah, Herbert's doing well. Tua's doing well. You see like Kyler Murray. It's just, I don't know, it sucks. And then you see teams holding on like, I mean, we're taping this right now during the Jets-Patriots game, and you see Cam and Joe Flacco out there playing on, two teams that are just horrendous. So I don't know what the answer is. Denver's we got to change something because we're not a very good football team.
Whoa. There are some quarterbacks on the list, but most of them are no names.
Yeah, and that's the problem you run into. You're not gonna just go out and find somebody, get them off the street, and bring them in and have any sort of production. You got to draft. You have to draft and draft well, and build your team that way.
Okay.
But we'll talk football after our interview. So the three guys is the continuing to teach me about wrestling. Explain a little bit. I know our traditional way is we do a drum roll and you introduce the guests. Well, we have three guests tonight. So kind of explain to me who they are and what establishment is that they're wrestling for.
So all three of them are from Impact Wrestling, I believe. We've got Gallows and Anderson, the Good Brothers, and Rocky Romero.
Okay, so is that its own entity, like its own business, that the Impact Wrestling?
Yes.
Okay, so what channel are they on?
They're usually on maybe like Pursuit. I do not know. Sadly.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I think it was very interesting. They seem to have a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and get to the interview. How's that sound good?
All right.
Perfect.
Should I start a drum roll?
Let's do the drum roll.
Okay. Introducing 3 Impact Wrestlers. Icon. Luke Gallows, Karl Anderson, and Rocky Romero. Got you guys into pro wrestling?
Oh, man, we're lifelong fans, all of us. We always wanted to do it, and we all started very young when we were teenagers, and we've been stuck in it ever since, man.
Probably like you, I started liking wrestling when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and that's when the Nature Boy Ric Flair was in his absolute prime, and he was the world heavyweight champion, and I lost my mind when I saw him on TV, and I said, I got to do that someday. And, well, buddy, here we are doing a podcast with you.
That's right.
Yeah, when I was young, my parents would drop me off at my grandma's house, and she was a big wrestling fan. So every Saturday morning, we would watch WWE at that time, or WWF at that time, Superstars, and she would just get really excited about the matches so much. Where like when the bad guy would come on, she would take off her shoes sometimes and throw them at the TV. And that's, I think that excitement, got
Your grandma
me.
did?
Yeah, man. She used to take off her chancla, throw it straight at the TV at like, yeah. So I think that was like, that kind of energy was what got me kind of pumped and excited for wrestling and that kind of emotion, So yeah, that's why.
Think about this, Jack. Like, dude, you're taller than Rocky, man. Like, and Rocky has made a lot of money in wrestling, so you can't tell me that.
He's a little fella.
Yeah, you don't let anybody tell you no.
So, did you guys already meet the rest of the Bullet Club beforehand to result in your tag team debut in New Japan Pro Wrestling?
So when the Bullet Club first formed, we were friends, right? Me and Tama Tonga, Fale, Prince Devitt, we were all together in New Japan. So we had a really tight bond, right? And then the Young Bucks were the next members. I think they came in October, and I'd known the Young Bucks for a long time, so they were already my friends, still are. Then Gallows came over in December, and we hadn't met. We'd met a couple times, but we weren't exactly, well, we were friends, but we weren't buddies.
Yeah, we were friendly. Yeah.
And then, but after our first tour together, we won the G1 Tag League, the World Tag League in New Japan. Then we won the tag team titles at the Tokyo Dome, Wrestle Kingdom, and we became friends right away. So the Bullet Club, and then AJ Styles came in April of the next year, and that's when the Bullet Club really took off. And we all knew AJ, and now AJ's our brother. And the Bullet Club was so cool because it's a bond of brothers that legitimately love each other, still do, and so that's why it was such a cool thing.
Now, Rocky, as far as your time in Japan, obviously you were trained by Antonio Naki, and so were you in the mix when it came to the time in Japan with Doc and Luke?
Yeah. So actually, Karl and I first met in the New Japan LA dojo back in 2005, 2006. Yeah, around there, and we trained together there, and then we kind of
get it right. You trained me, bro, because
I trained Karl there.
I needed a little sharpening.
That's right. You need a little sharpening.
I was good. I mean, I was really good. But then Rocky
I taught you how to do stomps. Yeah.
Then Rocky told me I did a couple of things bad, and I was like, "All right, man, hold up."
How is wrestling different there in Japan than in other American promotions?
Rock.
I would say, I guess it's just very more like sports like, like when you watch the events, they feel like you're watching like more of like a boxing or a UFC event more than like kind of how North America presents professional wrestling. But it's slightly different, and the fans treat you slightly differently. I think there's a certain respect that goes along with professional wrestling in Japan.
So, who are some of the other tag teams you have liked working with over the years?
Oh, man, there's a lot of good ones. The Usos are really good. There's some great Japanese teams. The New Day was really good. I think the North are fantastic, who we're in a rivalry with, a feud with right now, that we're going to face at Turning Point Saturday, November 14th on the Impact Plus app. And And the Motor City Machine Guns. I think that's a dream match that fans want to see too. The Good Brothers and the Motor City Machine Guns. It's never happened one-on-one before. So, yeah, there's a lot of great tag teams that we've worked with and a lot of great ones that we still want to work with. The Bucks are great. FTR is great. And Impact has a very strong division. So a lot of cool stuff coming up for us.
We've wrestled them all.
Compared to some of the other organizations out there that shouldn't take, that don't really put the focus on traditional tag team wrestling. What has Impact been doing? And, New Japan, it seems like they really emphasize on the skill of tag team wrestling, just like, the good old days when you had those traditional tag teams that people got excited for, like a few of those teams that you mentioned, traditional tag teams along with you guys. So are we finally getting good tag team wrestling back? And it's really taken center stage again.
Yes. And Impact's doing their job. Impact's doing their thing with us, the Motor City Machine Guns, the North, Ace Austin, Madman Fulton. It's cool that I think Matt froze. Sorry, it's popping me, man. Look, hey, everybody froze. Rock froze too.
I'm back.
Rocky froze,
I'm back.
baby.
Oh, he's back. AEW is doing their part with tag teams, with obviously how great the Young Bucks are. And WWE does their thing, right? That's just what they do. But like Impact right now has one of the best tag team divisions in the world. I grew up watching the Rock and Roll Express, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, like Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson as well. Like that's the kind of things that and the Midnight Express, that's the kind of stuff I remember growing up watching and loving. And I feel like tag team wrestling's coming back to that.
Sure.
Now, Rocky, go ahead, buddy. What are
you looking forward to now, since you have recently signed a 2-year deal with Impact Wrestling?
Winning the tag team championship at Turning Point Saturday, November 14th, the night after our very own Talkin' Shop of Mania 2 airs. Impact Plus will air Turning Point. It's the triple crown of our careers. We've been WWE Tag Team Champions multiple times. We've been IWGP Tag Team Champions multiple times. We need those Impact Wrestling tag team titles to round us out, and we're coming to get them on the 14th of November at Turning Point.
And talk to us about what you got going on the day before then.
I don't know if this is the place.
Well, here's the thing. How about we just do we don't need to talk about earmuffs them. Like, Talkin' Shop of Mania 2, it's our follow-up sequel to Talkin' Shop of Mania. And listen, put the kids to bed because it's going to be 18 and over. It's going to be a lot of bad words being said here and there, just adult entertainment at its best. But it's a fun time, man. It's available on the Fight app and worldwide pay-per-view, 10 p.m. November the 13th. Talkin' Shop of Mania 2, The Rise of the Torturer. It's, sit back, have a cold one, and just enjoy just being entertained, because that's all we want to do is make people laugh, entertain people, and literally just enjoy pro wrestling for what it is.
We've talked a lot on this show about the wrestling we grew up with, traditional pro wrestling that we all knew and loved. And as funny as it is, this is a parody. It's a satire. It's a laugh along with us about some of the funny things that have gone on currently and in the past. But you're going to see stars of that generation meet up with stars of this current generation and do things that you would never imagine you would ever see these guys do. So it's certainly worth the $14.99. Like Karl said, it's on pay-per-view and available on iPay-per-view Friday, November the 13th, 10 p.m. So please join us for Talkin' Shop of Mania 2.
After Jack gets in bed.
So, yes. Yeah. Jack might have to turn in early for that one.
Jack, what are you, 10? You got about 8 years before you can watch that, bro.
Almost.
All right.
You'll enjoy it when you're 18 though.
7 more years.
7 more years. There you go.
Years.
So what was your greatest moment in pro wrestling ever?
Oh man,
there's a lot.
It's been a lot of them.
I think when I look back on my time, I think just being involved in 8 Wrestle Kingdoms always is cool, because I know a lot of people wish they could be in the Tokyo Dome. And like, I've been to WrestleMania, which was cool. I had a really cool match at WrestleMania. But I think end of the day, I'll say my proudest moments have to be wrestling in the Tokyo Dome. And I'm going to leave it like that. Besides the
Yep.
fact, of course, when we win the Impact Tag Team Championships, that's been a goal of mine for a long time.
Absolutely.
To be able to complete the cycle like that. But, we have a lot of goals for going back to Japan as well. And I think if we can get back into a couple more Tokyo Domes before we retire on and go be radio stars, that's our next goal.
At least 10 more.
Yeah, for me, definitely Tokyo Dome is a massive part of massive moment in my career. Multiple Tokyo Domes, but also just being a part of MSG and especially being selling out MSG, not being a part of WWE, I think was a pretty big deal last year.
That is cool
when we did that. So never thought I'd be in MSG. So just really, what a cool moment. I'd say that's up there with the Tokyo Domes for sure.
You haven't heard too many people say that wrestling at the Tokyo Dome sucks, do you?
No, you sure don't.
if you're a professional wrestler, that's like the Taj Mahal of wrestling venues.
For sure.
We talk about Madison Square Garden here in the States, but as far as the grand scheme of professional wrestling, when you have such a strong following, in Mexico, Puerto Rico, here in the States, Japan, that's where it all kind of hits home in that style. And, it seems like the mecca of professional wrestling from the world stage.
I can tell you this. I wrestled in Madison Square Garden the first time when I was 25 years old, and it was a big deal because, I was a fan growing up on WWF, but I was way more nervous for the first Tokyo Dome because of the prestige of that and what it meant and the importance of the Tokyo Dome, show that happens in January. So, yeah, it's a huge deal, man. Absolutely.
So, which one of you three is the strongest?
Karl.
Gallows.
We like to put each other over, Jack.
Yeah.
Just nobody else.
It's definitely not me. It's definitely not me. That's for
Well,
sure.
nobody said you, Rock. I mean, you're the, you're the fastest. You can do
I just want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Size of Gallows' arms, for crying out loud.
Right, brother. Look at those things.
Get those babies up.
That's right.
Me and Rock are glad that he's our friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're my friend because I need lots of weird friends because I'm a weird guy,
Which one
If
of you
you're
is
in a
the
dark
fastest?
alley or a bar, you definitely want Doc with you, don't you?
Oh, for sure.
We've
Helped me a
been in
couple
that
times.
situation a time or two.
Sometimes Machine Gun pops off a little bit. He needs a little help.
Good
Surround
stuff.
yourself with big friends, Jack, especially if you got a loud mouth as you get older.
Yeah. Write that one down. That's
That's right.
lifelong advice.
Yeah.
Which one of you is the fastest?
Oh man, Rock and Karl are pretty fast. They're fast in different ways. I'd say Karl wins with explosiveness, but Rocky wins with sheer speed and athletic prowess when it comes to acrobatics. Look at that. That's how you word that with poise.
That's probably pretty true. I think
I think so. Yeah.
Only thing is now, if we tried to race now, we're so grizzled, we probably hurt our ankle or something.
I need to stretch for an hour before the race.
Stretch for an hour.
I'm gonna be last by 30 yards.
Do a couple laps first and be like, you ready? No, I'm good.
You know what? Let's call the race off.
Yeah. Get a 20-minute warm up real quick before we get going.
Which one of you is the smartest?
Oh,
Man.
I don't
Gallows
know.
probably.
We all have. We're all smart. We're all smart in our different ways. That's why we complement each other, just like with our physical abilities. I think Rocky's smart with certain things. I think I'm smart with certain things, and Gallows is smart with certain things. And the same way with the wrestling, it's kind of just if you're going to surround yourself with people you go into business with, and you understand that there's going to be strengths and weaknesses for all of us, and we got to complement each other on those.
What do you guys do in your spare time when not wrestling?
We plan Talking Shop of Mania pay-per-views in my backyard.
Yeah.
Basically, we play wrestling.
Yes. There's a lot of wrestling
outside,
going on, Jack.
Yeah.
I throw baseballs with kids your age because I have 4 of them. So I go outside and play with the kids a lot, and they play video games. So I'll sit and play with them, and like to work out, be active.
What types of video games do you play?
I like NBA 2K. I like Madden, but NBA 2K is my main one. I love Mario Kart with the kids. But the boys are my sons are all on Fortnite right now, like just full blown Fortnite, and they're good at it.
I'm playing PUBG right now a little bit.
Yeah.
What is PUBG?
It's like
Player
Fortnite.
Unknown's Battleground.
Yeah, it's like Fortnite, but I guess it's more of like kind
It's
of
like a more mobile Fortnite.
yeah.
You know, I love asking my kids like if they're winning at Fortnite, bro. They get hot. Dad, you can't win at Fortnite. Like, well, what's the point?
Yeah, we had Kurt Schilling on the show a couple weeks ago, and he's also a big time gamer.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
He's definitely had the setup, and the mics and everything else, and just besides baseball, Jack and him were just like totally like video games. Oh my god,
That's awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
definitely on the same page there. So we definitely have a trend on here. We've been talking sports, but might need to kind of expand a little bit as far as athletes and their gaming habits.
Well,
So,
e-gaming, right? That's the new stuff.
a
That's
new
the big
news
one.
to add to the show. So, and it's all because of you three kind of bringing this up a little bit. So, you guys
Esports.
get we'll get you credited and trademark this deal.
One last question on the gaming part. What console do you play on?
I'm a PlayStation guy. I never really loved the Xbox, and I don't mean to like shoot on Xbox people because I know that Rocky Romero is an Xbox guy. But if you're a real gamer, you can switch. You're able to move on, and you're able to switch over to different gaming consoles. But the Xbox, I just never fell in love with. I think because I just was stuck with I started out with the PlayStation, so I'm a PlayStation guy. But I'm also traveling so much. I also have the Nintendo Switch, of course. But
I can tell you this, Jack. If you have multiple children, you can't just have one PlayStation. You have to have one in every freaking room, or they beat the crap out of we each other. So I learned that quickly.
I have two PlayStations, two Xboxes.
Yeah. Well, we got our little brother who's 8, and he's the spunky one, and they're always
Yeah,
ready
he
to go.
But
plays
Absolutely.
more Fortnite than I do.
Jack, what's your console?
PS4.
Yeah,
Oh,
same,
yeah.
same.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rock, have you switched to PS4 now all the way?
Yeah. I've completely switched. Yeah, I got the Xbox. I haven't used it in probably a year and a half.
Okay. Back in the
Yeah.
day, you were Xbox guy though, and you switched.
Yeah. But now it's just easier. The PlayStation is just an easier console. It's
I
kind of
think
got
it's
it.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
The PS5's coming out soon. I mean, that's pretty
I know.
insane,
I don't know if I'm
Gonna
ready
be the
for it.
most popular Christmas gift for
dude. I know.
This
And I gotta get a couple of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Send me
Part of the
one
issue.
too. You can,
Yeah, hook us
That's
up.
why Talking Shop Mania 2 available on the Fight app has to succeed.
yeah.
yes.
Carl's got kids, man.
Carl's got kids. He's like Heath.
Yeah. But I got more than Heath.
That's right.
Forget Heath.
Well, Jack, what else we got, buddy?
All right. So, tell us more about Talking Shop beer. Will my dad like it?
Oh, your dad will love Talking Shop beer. All things connected to our alcohol brands, from the red wine, the white wine, the Talking Shop bourbon whiskey. I have a signed bottle right here. You can go to tnsmania.com, and it'll have all the links to the alcohol, how and when it'll be available. The wine is shipping out right now around the United States. So tnsmania.com for all our upcoming live appearances, our liquor brands, our podcasts, all the fun stuff we're doing, all things Talking Shop and Talking Shop Mania, tnsmania.com. And your dad will definitely like it. It's good beer.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Mama's a wine drinker, so we'll
Oh.
definitely.
Oh, you got to get her on some of that. We got Hoot Blood, which is a red, and we got Hootet. What's the Hootet? It's
Blanco.
Sauvignon Blanc. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's
actually
good.
really, really good. We just sampled it, and man, it's better than the one I normally buy. So,
Well, guys, appreciate you taking the time to connect with us. Turning Point coming up Saturday, November 14th. The Good Brothers versus the North Tag Team Championships on the line. Bring home the gold. Rocky Romero also with us. Again, thank you so much for taking the time and joining us here on the Paradox of Sports.
We
Thanks for
appreciate you
having us,
guys.
guys.
Thanks for having us. Yes.
See you, Jacko.
Thanks for
Yeah.
having us. Enjoy that PS5.
That's right.
Cool. Want to thank the guys for taking some time chatting with you, Jack. Now, are you gonna tune in? Or are you gonna watch this pay-per-view that they have coming up Wednesday night?
If I can, I will.
Gotcha. If you're not in trouble, if you can stay out of trouble for 2 days, then maybe we can watch it.
Don't worry, I'll stay out of trouble.
Okay, good. I trust you. I believe you. So don't. You're not the only kid getting in trouble. Believe me, we got. I got one or two here at my house that just. Sometimes I think you guys like getting in trouble. So now, rest of the week, you got any big plans for this coming weekend?
No.
Okay, so no. Are we just gonna sit and watch sports then? Is that the plan?
Maybe.
Okay, hopefully. So who do the Broncos play Sunday?
They played the Falcons.
No, who do they play this next week though?
Let me check.
And how bad are we gonna get beat? Let's play that. That's always my favorite game.
They play the Raiders.
Ooh, where at? Las Vegas?
Let me see. Yeah, Las Vegas. There will be no attendance, so.
What's your prediction? What are you thinking there?
Let me pull up Raiders record real quick.
Okay, do some research.
Because I like basing these things off of.
I didn't look either. I got busy. Let's check in on the old Paradox of Sports Pick'em. See how we're doing there. Paradox of Sports. Here's the overall.
By the way, it's currently 7-3 New England. 10:51 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's just a terrible game. That's a terrible game. So, oof. Chad had a rough one. He only picked one right. He must not have picked all the games. Did he only pick one? Or did he miss that many? Yeah, he didn't get his big sin. Okay. So let's look at the overall leaderboard. Right now, your mom and dad are tied in leading the Paradox Sports Pick'em. You're tied for third. Or I'm sorry, you're for third all alone. Gosh, I'm doing terrible. Terrible. So I'm trying to come back, though. I'm working on it.
All right. So the spread of the Broncos-Raiders game is Raiders -5 with over-under 52.
Okay, so what do you think there? Raiders -5. I'm going to take the Broncos.
I don't know. I think this is gonna be close, but I'm taking the Raiders actually.
Okay, I like that. I like that you're not picking with your heart. You're picking with your head. That's good. That's a good way to get. So
wait.
I
think I got. Wait, no. Actually, Broncos.
You're gonna take the Broncos. You're gonna take your 5.5 points and the Broncos.
Yes, because I always go 4 or lower. It's the one with the better shot at it. I pick the one with the minus, and and if it's over 5, I pick the other one.
Gotcha. Okay, that's not a bad.
Because I'm a close game junkie.
Yeah, no, you do like that. So, all right. Well, we talked a little bit about you staying out of trouble. We talked a little wrestling. We got the pay-per-view on Wednesday night, and you got your Broncos pick in. Is there anything else? Anything else we want to go over?
No, I think that's it.
The executive producer was talking to us about doing a good outro. So you got a good outro?
Yes, I do.
All
See
right,
you
let's do
guys
it.
next time on the Paradox of Sports podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe. It'll really boost up our channel.